We got to take a stand, and we got to do this, and we got to say that, and I am all for that. And you should take a stand, and you should vote, and all the things that we should always do. But there is a way that we can do it. And there is a way that we can do it without letting the enemy win and trap us and cage us and kill us because of our offense. I'll never forget when my dad bought the first bug zapper I'd ever seen. He hung it up in the backyard, and it was so cool. I mean, we would literally, I'm not making this up, we would sit on the back porch in the evening and watch bugs meet their fate. It was incredible. I mean, I lived in Kansas. This is all we had to do, okay? We're going to watch bugs get blown up, and it was awesome. We'd have a big one. Dad, that's a big one. Oh, that's a great one, son. Yeah, absolutely. We just loved it, right? It's a kind of a sick thing, but that was kind of fun. Now, everything about those traps that I just talked about is designed to produce some kind of a sound or a light or a smell to bring something in and trap it. Can I tell you that that is exactly what happens to you and me? For instance, if you are really kind of attracted to shopping, guess what's out there for you? It's the Amazon app. And so late at night, when you're just sitting around watching TV, you go over to the Amazon app and you think, you know what? I don't have to wait till the mall opens. I can buy a whole new wardrobe right now. This is fantastic. Or Instagram somehow knows that earlier in the day you mentioned you were looking for a new pair of shoes, and here come all the shoes up on Instagram. You think it must be a sign from God, and you're buying and buying and buying. And you can just hear that bug zapper going off, because you know it's got you. Or maybe for you, your issue is sweets, and you've said, I'm done with sweets. I'm not going to do sweets again, maybe just on Friday, perhaps Saturday, Sunday afternoon, but that's it. No more sweets, right? And then what happens? Somebody brings in a tray of cookies, to the office. You're like, well, it'd be rude not to have one or 6. I got to be able to be kind. And so you get kind of, trapped on that. Maybe for you, your issue is gossip. And the moment you hear somebody say, hey, did you hear about, you lean in, tell me, what is it? So you can pray for them, right? You would just kind of hear what that is and share that with a few people as a prayer request, right? That is a trap. Now, there's a word that is used for this in kind of the digital space. They refer to this as clickbait. And that's why when you search Google for something, other images come up because they think you might be interested in this and they want you to click on it. Some of us have been enticed by this idea. What's going on with J-Lo and Ben Affleck? Are they still married? One's living in LA, one in New York. Will they make it work? We just get zeroed in and we get zapped by that. Some of you, it's not about that. It's about this line. And what if it said Dax being traded? Okay, well, I got to find, no, don't clap. That's unkind, all right? So anyway, he's still great. Anyway, so you kind of zero in and you get sucked into that idea. Maybe for some of you, it's not about that. It's about the Kardashians. That comes out. Bzz, 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 you're 20 minutes or 2 hours later, you're down a rabbit trail of finding out, how you can keep up with them, right? And you've been trapped by that. Now, let me tell you about one that's coming, and you know this. It's political season, friends. And we're going to see our candidates on our news feeds. We're going to have CNN and Fox News and MSNBC or wherever you get your news from, whether it's Twitter or X or Instagram. I tell people all the time, if it doesn't happen on SportsCenter, I don't know about it, all right? So you just zero in, and when those things come up, we just lean in. And you know what tends to happen? They become a trap. And they suck us in. And if we're not careful, we'll get zapped. Now, 10 months ago, almost to the day, I stood on this stage being introduced as your new lead pastor, and I was humbled and amazed and grateful, but I asked you for something. Would you give me permission to earn your trust? And over the last 10 months, I pray that I've been able to do that so we can talk about this subject matter today. And here's what I want to say to you as your pastor. Don't clap yet. You don't know where this is going, all right? I want to ask you, please, will you not take the bait? Don't fall for the trap. And you're asking me, what's the trap? Well, let me tell you, the enemy, Satan himself, the devil, however you want to refer to him by his name or whatever, the enemy has a trap for your life and mine. And guess what? It's not let me get them to be a devil worshiper. It's not, let me get them to be addicted. It's not, let me get their marriage to fail. He'd love all those things. But you know what his trap is? You know what the bait is? The enemy's goal is let's get them offended. Because when you and I get offended, it's hard for us to think of anything else. And all we get consumed with is how we were done wrong. Think about this. This happened this past week to some of us. You got offended in a parking lot. You got offended by somebody on the other side of the Starbucks counter. You got offended by somebody in the drive-thru. You got offended by somebody in your home. Some of you got offended by your kids on the way here today. You're contemplating not picking them up from children's ministry. You know what? They're yours to deal with. I'm traveling on, right? And we all got offended 4 years ago, didn't we? We were all offended by masks or no masks, vaccinations, no vaccinations, who won, was it rigged, all the things that we got obsessed about, and all the rabbit holes we went down, and all of the clickbait that we went to, and all the conspiracy theories, and we got zeroed in, and we were so offended. And can I just tell you, we didn't make the gospel look very good 4 years ago. We were so mean to each other. We were so offended by everything. And I know I can hear your pushback and I can hear your email right now. Don't send it to me, okay? I can hear your email. And that is, but we got to take a stand and we got to do this and we got to say that. And I am all for that. And you should take a stand and you should vote and all the things that we should always do. But there is a way that we can do it. And there is a way that we can do it without letting the enemy win and trap us and cage us and kill us because of our offense.